Hey, it's Saul with another video, and today I'm going to celebrate some of the add-ons that have had the biggest impact in the World of Warcraft Legion experience. This is kinda sort of an add-on spotlight, but kinda not. In fact, a lot of these add-ons are ones that I've mentioned in previous spotlights, but this is more like an all-star list of Legion, a thank you note to all of you add-on creators. That said though, if you don't happen to have these add-ons, definitely check them out because they might improve your experience, and links to all of them will be in the description below. Or if you know of other or better add-ons, or you just want to name drop one that everyone should absolutely have, leave a note for all of us in a comment below. And let's get started. Legion, like Warlords of Draenor, brought us numerous treasures and rares to hunt for, and that was a mess to keep up with. Handynotes is an old platform, but the Broken Isles, the Broken Shore, and the Argus plugins were a crucial foundation to giving players locations. And of course, little notes to help us avoid those otherwise obvious looking oh god. Specific to Argus were powerful rares that had a pretty random spawn pattern to them. Argus Elite Tracker helped manage this with an easy interface that uses the back end of the pre-made group tool and World Quest interface to quickly identify what rares were available and how to easily group up or take them out. While we're loosely on the subject of the outdoor world, World Quests are one of the few universally embraced features of Legion, featuring an incomplete, almost unusable map. World Quest Tracker hopes to be a big influence on how this system is enjoyed later, providing a super easy interface to track what's important to us. World Quest Group Finder made a really big splash on the expansion as well, but this was focused on automating the process of group creation. Its impact was so large that it was enough to prompt Blizzard to effectively break the automation process of the add-on and require a few clicks to join groups instead. With this new functionality as part of World Quest Tracker, my hopes are that Blizzard either builds this into their default interface, or at least provides more features for add-on creators to play with. Nomi sucks. So bad. Nomi Cakes made this just a little bit more manageable with guiding players to sacrifice our food as efficiently as possible. Ultimately, the most efficient thing to do was to probably sell the materials, but I guess we have to cut our losses somewhere. Artifacts were kind of a thing with Legion, leaving players to question just why there were so many different freaking AP tokens out there. Thankfully, this won't be a thing in Battle for Azeroth, but in the meantime, add-ons like Artifact Power User make life a lot easier for hopeless slobs like myself. Click one and done. Unless you have more AP, then you click one and whatever. Other add-ons like new openables represent the next generation with the added functionality of additional clickables, including emissary bags, armor tokens, and them cute little bags from your shoulder enchant. The wardrobe system is one of the best features in Legion, and probably WoW in general. The Collections tab is a monument to what we have and don't have. All the Things is not just an add-on, it's a celebration of inferiority and obsessive-compulsive disorder. In its default setting, as soon as you log in, it reminds you of what you lack, what you are missing, the hole in your heart or transmog collection. As you move to other cities and instances and zones, it'll update, taunting you ever more. And to eat at you just a little bit more every time you do obtain a new wardrobe item or even a mount or a pet, you're taunted by Final Fantasy Tactics sounds. So what better compliment for this damn add-on than the CollectionShop add-on? This is a new add-on that threatens the wallets of players everywhere. It's an easy-to-use add-on that scans the auction house, and just like all the things, it shows you the gear, pets, and mounts that you do not have. What makes this add-on especially dangerous is that this is no ordinary list, it's a shopping list, enabling you to spend a fortune with the mere click of a button. As for that button, I don't even want to test that out, no way. When it came to gearing and stat weighing, Legion had a pretty rough start, even before it started. Most of the stat elements players were used to were placed under the hood for the sake of something Blizzard said. DEJA character stats, and I am not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, was the answer to this, pulling the numbers back up and bringing more with it. This transparency helped shortly into Legion's launch with how confusing secondary stats were. Pawn isn't a new add-on, it's probably the oldest in this video, but it sure played a part with helping players manage their gear even if they didn't fully understand what was going on. Crucible Weights was created specifically for patch 7.3 and the Netherlight Crucible. On a side note, I do find it humorous that when it comes to this idea of complexity, there's one big chunk of players that want a super high degree of customization, but there's another big chunk that uses these add-ons to completely negate the customization in favor of just going with the popular or the presumably correct answer, but rant over. Let's move on to another huge feature of Legion, Mythic Plus dungeons. They're here to stay, and for good reason. It provides a great challenge for small groups, matching rewards, and has shown a real promise to become a spectator event in esports. Angry Keystones probably sits on most of your computers, providing on-the-fly information as to your progress and time remaining in your keystone before you miss out on that +2 or +3. More recently, the idea of a Mythic Plus score has taken off, with WoW Progress having a leaderboard. Meanwhile, Raider.io launched an add-on that builds in their own version of a score. Unlike WoW Progress and more like the old days of Gear Score, the Raider.io score is most effective if everyone's using it. The point of all these is to get a snapshot of a player's score when it comes to dungeon running, for better or worse. This might be one of the more controversial systems and add-ons out there today, but it's got a lot of people talking and discussing the future of Mythic Plus. The last few add-ons bring us a refreshing look on what WoW could look like with a bit of modernization. Immersion is a clean and maybe welcome departure from the iconic or archaic look of the old quest window. Meanwhile, add-ons like DYNAMICCAM take advantage of Blizzard's new Action Cam feature that allows for some additional immersion when talking with these quest and vendor NPCs, as well as improving on the feel of combat. Tanks and melee DPS probably know what I'm talking about. And that's the list of what I think are the add-on all-stars, the movers and shakers of WoW Legion. I really hope you like this video. Please help me keep doing what I love doing with a like and a subscription, or support me directly as a patron, and I will love you for it. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay happy, and stay breezy.